Begin our review of round 3 of the Rambelows League Cup. No games in the first division this weekend as Graham Taylor assembles his England squad for the vital European Championship qualifier against Poland. But that gives us a chance to bring you the excitement of domestic cup football once again. These third-round ties are over one leg only, so it could be sudden death for anyone below their best on the night. That's particularly true here on Merseyside. And one or two less familiar names. Here's your commentator, Alistair Mann.
Martin Foyle has been just one step away from Wembley in the League Cup. His striking partnership with none other than Dean Saunders took Oxford United to the 1988 semi-final, where they were ultimately defeated by Luton Town. Saunders lines up in a Liverpool team that did have a worry at right full-back. Steve Hartness, bruised ankle, declared fit, and he plays, as does Steve McManaman. His week's rest cut a little short due to an injury to Ray Houghton. Port Vale had 3 late fitness tests on Andy Porter, Robin van der Laan and Peter Swan. All came through. 2 noticeable absentees, club captain Ray Walker and cup hero Keith Houchin, both long-term casualties. The referee is Tony Ward from Southgate in the north of London. Port Vale's travelling support tonight, some 7,000. Excellent interest in tonight's game when you consider that their average home attendance is just over 6,500. Well, tonight's clash is that of the worst possibly record in the League Cup in Port Vale. This is the furthest they've ever got in the competition. Against Liverpool, perhaps the most successful. 4 wins from 6 League Cup final appearances. Well, there was no rain virtually before 5 minutes before kick-off, but there certainly is now. Simon Mills in. Foyle. Just for a moment there, Robin van der Laan was in. A bit of space. Now then, McManaman. Rush. Deep control. Into the gap, but Brew will get there. That was just a little indication as to the skiddy surface that Mark Grew and of course Probolar will have to deal with tonight. Foyle chases, Tanner didn't. Chance to get a cross in, or at the very least won the first corner of the match. Nicky Tanner, safety first. Looks like the back post is the likeliest target for Simon Mills. That's where there's a pack of players. And it's gone towards the head of Robin van der Laan. And the Dutchman scores for Vale. Well, what a start. And that's what this 7,000 vociferous support has come to see. That's where the back post corner comes grim. A crowd of players, one target, Robin van der Laan, unmarked, it had to be said. What a start. Neil Aspin, given away rather, Jan Mulvey. And there's no surprises as to who's doing the singing. Port Vale fans, in good voice, and reason to be so. Lovely tackle from Yarlick, and here's Swan. Mulvey's strong challenge. Tanner, Rush, Saunders leaving it from McManaman. Here's Steve Hartness. Rush, flag stayed down, real chance. Has he waited too long? Walters is at the far, driven in and finished off by Steve McManaman. Liverpool level, and within a matter of minutes. Well, there's no better player at running the line and keeping onside than Ian Rush. It was not a good offside ploy at all by Port Vale. For a minute I thought Rush had taken too long, but no, he hadn't at all. He looked up, and Mark Walters delivered the ball for McManaman to finish. Steve McManaman, the second number 8 to score. cancelling out Robin van der Laan's earlier strike. Now then, Saunders in some space. And he's got past Dean Glover. Aiming towards McManaman, rush! Got there ahead of Aspen. Couldn't get a telling enough touch. Saunders got away. Looked, I thought, from McManaman. Rush was sharp. Couldn't quite get it past Grew. Here's Yarling. Just dwelled a little too long and Rush took it off him. Burrows to Walters. Got two with him. Burrows has more time to measure the cross. Saunders, not enough touch on it. Foyle, a little lucky, but he's got past, and he's going to try one. It was, well, the clutch of the head said how good the chance was. He was a little fortunate in truth, I think he'd admit that. Just trying to bring it under control, and he completely lost Hussein, who was as surprised perhaps as he was to have sent it in the direction he did. And maybe the shot was not the right option. Saunders header looking for Rush. And he was fouled. Just a little foot uppy. Nick Tanner. It's a direct free kick, I think. Dean Glover and Darren Hughes are the likeliest to strike this. And Nico Yarling is likely to provide the ammunition. The shot comes in on Glover. Hughes forward. Mulby losing out. Now then, just trying to check his swan, but in the end Van der Laan tried the shot and probably had to snatch it the second attempt. Robin van der Laan suddenly found himself with a lot of pitch to run into. I thought was going to choose the pass, chose the shot and had enough sting to at least force a fumble. Harkness driven in, it broke for Walters and it just ran off him. And Mark Grew gathered. Swan in towards Foyle, Harkness away. Walters, good firm header, and Rush will try and chase for it, and Rush will get there, and he'll try and nick it over Grew, who was quick and, well, flag's now up. Probably it was Rush's challenge on Grew because he wasn't flagged for offside. Walters, very firm header. It skidded off the turf and into Rush's path, who was clearly onside. Rush just tried to flick it over the top of him, and Mark Grew was certainly very sure with the challenge. It must have been for that foul there by Rush. Well, what can you say about that first half? But it was a classic cup tie. 45 minutes, which began with Robin van der Laan opening the scoring and Steve McManaman levelling it up. We have a classic cup tie with probably the classic half-time scoreline. Liverpool 1, Port Vale 1. Well, the last time that Port Vale came to Anfield was in the FA Cup in 1964. And they came away that day with a 0-0 draw as a third division side. At the moment, they are level again at 1-1. They've given it away immediately. McManaman, Mulby trying to find McManaman again. Foyle. Mills. And lots of space is the other Dutchman, Robin van der Laan. Jeffers. Can't out Kidder. Steve McManaman knows every trick and knew the one that Jeffers were trying to sell him then. Foyle's made a lot of ground for the throw, but it's gone to Jeffers. Hughes. Van der Laan. Swan. Foyle losing out. Mulby. Saunders. Walters. Saunders has continued the run. Rush is in the middle. And that's where the ball's gone. Brew comes out and gets there. Just skidded away from Rush and he knew it and gave up the chase. Walters' pass, the right pass. Rush's run, held and was onside, but it just ran away from him off the greasy top. Port Vale have certainly begun as brightly in this half as they did in the first. It's Liverpool coming forward now with Dean Saunders trying to work an angle, got a deflection and it's going to go over the top for the corner. Saunders is never afraid to try and work some sort of an angle for a shot. Got a deflection. And it's a corner. Steve McManaman will take. It's a quick one to McMahon. To McManaman. And he's overrun it. McManaman disappointed, but he'll not be disappointed with having put Liverpool back on level terms. Here's Foyle. It's a free kick to Port Vale. And in the meanwhile, Steve McManaman, Nicky Tanner has gone tumbling. Sure what happened, just an awkward fall from a jump, I suspect, but suddenly quite away from the ball. Tanner was down clutching his ankle, just jumping up, and then, well, is it where he lands? Yes it is, certainly is. Oh goodness me, ouch, you can feel that. Well, when Stoke City brought up a huge following to Anfield, they were certainly vociferous. I'll tell you what, I won't be popular in the Potteries for saying it, but I think Port Vale are more vociferous tonight. Free kick to Port Vale in the meanwhile. And Grobbelaar will play. Here's Rush. And a lot of space was McManaman to the right, but it's gone to Saunders. Tries the shot, and it won't trouble Mark Brew. Dean Saunders, 7 goals this season, 4 in one match, of course, against Kusisi Lati. Not tonight yet. Ian Rush to Mark Walters. What's his delivery like? It's not bad at all, and Ian Rush, driving header over the top. Rush initially laid it out to Walters, then went for the return. It was a beautiful return pass and a sort of swan dive header. Power there, accuracy not. And Jan Mulby will take no more part tonight. And Mike Marsh will. Well, Mike Marsh has had 8 starts this season. And he's been on a substitute many times as well. Nick Tanner. Rush. Little short. Burrows tried to make something of it and was caught by Aspin. And beats the ground in frustration, David Burrows, and Aspin's going to get booked. Oh dearie me, says Neil Aspin. Liverpool trying to take the quick free kick. They're going to be pulled back. Saunders, Aspin in strongly again. Burrows. Marsh to Burrows. Saunders. Walters screaming for it. Gets the ball. Loses out, but Rush will have it. Walters again. Marsh forced away. Gets it out to Burrows nonetheless. Can he supply a telling cross? Well, he's won a corner. Liverpool at last on top. A few minutes of sustained pressure now. Can they make it pay? Marsh with a corner. In towards McManaman's head, and Ian Rush finds the net. And yes, they can make the pressure tell. Their first real sustained pressure of the night, to be honest. And it results in a goal from the man who always seems to come up with the goal when you most need it. Near post corner, McManaman's flick, Rush's header, 2-1. Searching kick, Saunders will jump. Doesn't get any kind of contact. Yarling. Marsh, lovely cross, Ian Rush! Oh, that's a sensational save, but it doesn't matter because the flag's up. But I doubt, well in fact I know that Mark Grew didn't know the flag was up. And although it didn't really make a difference, it was certainly a fabulous run from Rush. Terrific header. Look at this readjustment in mid-air from Mark Grew. I suppose he'll call that the best save he never had to make. And suddenly at the other end, there's a save that does have to be made by Bruce Grobbelaar. And Swan tried to advance. He won a free kick anyway, Bruce Grobbelaar. Lack of communication, one leaving it for the other, and what was pretty innocuous nearly turned out to be pretty dangerous. Saunders jumping, Walters. Suddenly a measured, casual and relaxed defence, and now coming in with one or two, shall we say, desperate last-ditch tackles. Vale trying to build now. And along, trying to release Yarling. Grobbelaar's come. And Grobbelaar clears. Typical sortie and a successful one. Yarling. Ball in, appeals for hands. Waved away. They were vehement from the fans, less so by the players. Jeffers, ball in towards with Peter Swan and Boyle. Martin Boyle levels it up. They're off the bench. They're off their seats. Martin Boyle, it's 2-2. And really, it's at a time when Liverpool were in the driving seat, but that's cup football all over. Jeffers just rode a challenge or two. Swan was suddenly in some space, and Martin Boyle, well, he doesn't miss from there. 2-2. Take the opportunity to bring on Ryan Kidd, not Brian Kidd, but Ryan Kidd. And we're set. for a fabulous climax to a fabulous game of football. Burrows rushes in some space and he couldn't get a telling header. Again, a left-wing cross providing the trouble, this time from David Burrows, cultured left foot. Rush was in a lot of space and he'll be a little bit disappointed. Ronnie Rosenthal is going to replace Steve McManaman. Ronnie Rosenthal, who only today was the subject of transfer talk, albeit alone, to Saint Etienne, is still fighting for his first team place at Liverpool and has a chance to make a case in 10 minutes. Saunders. Rosenthal straight in. And great for Saunders. Tried the overhead and it's over the top. Just landed a little awkwardly and clutched his arm. Never afraid to try something out of the ordinary, Dean Saunders. To turn 180 degrees to whip that one over. And fortunately for him, over the top as well. Goes Foyle, Hussein up higher. Jeffers, a Kidd shot. Was certainly struck truly. Just suddenly opened up for Ryan Kidd. His left foot shot seared past the post off a Liverpool defender. What a name Ryan Kidd could have named for himself there. Port Vale corner, deep once again. McMahon. Here's Kidd, losing out. Walters, did he use his hand? No, he didn't. Rosenthal's touch. Rush, cleared. By Dean Glover. Both benches gesturing as Steve Harkness shapes to take the throw. Jeffers. Rosenthal jumping. And the back pass is very casual. Very secure, Nico Yarley. And Andy Porter found himself on his own. Now then, Burrows in some space. Can he keep the ball on? He can. Cross tries to find Rosenthal. Away it goes. Stoppage time, well over 2 minutes. Liverpool come in search of a winner. Here's Mike Marsh, tries the shot, and it's into the cup. Not to be. Well, I make it, we're into our 3rd minute of added time, and to be fair, quite a few players have received some treatment in this second half. How much longer are we going to play in this dramatic second half? Another look at the watch, and that is enough. Ian Rush's goal put Liverpool, he thought, into the next round of the Rumbelows Cup, but Martin Foyle levelled it up. Port Vale have followed up where their local rival Stoke City left off. A superb draw by 2-2 at Anfield. Liverpool's critics will have more fuel, but they're still in the competition. And it's a completely different ball game to actually knock them out. But these fans here believe that Port Vale can do